Hi guys, this is our second interview in the series of candid interviews that we do. तो जैसा हमने अपने लास्ट इंटरव्यू में किया था, हम इस बार ये एक ऑनेस्ट इंटरव्यू करेंगे। ये इंटरव्यू मेरे दोस्त श्रेयांश विजय के साथ है। ही इज ऑल्सो क्लासमेट ऑफ माइन एंड पास्ड आउट इन 2007। तो ये प्रॉपर्टी जो मेरे फ्रेंड ने परचेज किया था, ये 2010 में उन्होंने 16 lakhs की एक प्रॉपर्टी परचेज की थी इन अ प्लेस कॉल्ड विरार, विच इज आउटसाइड सबर्ब ऑफ मुंबई, सो मुंबई से थोड़ा सा बाहर। नाउ we'll see what how was his investment and उनका कैसा एक्सपीरियंस रहा। To give you background, this interview will have three parts. पहला पार्ट होगा कि उन्होंने प्रॉपर्टी सेलेक्ट कैसे किया, एरिया कैसे सेलेक्ट किया, प्रोजेक्ट कैसे सेलेक्ट किया। देन सेकेंड पार्ट होगा कि जब प्रॉपर्टी थी तो उनको मैनेज करने में कितना टाइम कैसा रहा एक्सपीरियंस, एंड फाइनेंशियली कितना प्रॉब्लम आया उनको या नहीं आया। एंड द थर्ड पार्ट इज द ओवरऑल समरी कि ओवरऑल उनका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा बेचने का, एग्जिट करने का, एंड उसके बाद उन्होंने क्या किया। इस बीच में विल शेयर द फाइनेंशियल स्नैपशॉट कि उन्होंने उनका CAGR कैसा रहा, उनका रिटर्न कैसा रहा। शो दैट इन द meeting. To give you background, my friend was an investment banker when he bought this property in 2010. By 2016, when he was ready to sell this property, उस टाइम पे वो एक entrepreneur बन चुके थे and he had started his own company. So this is all that we have in the background. So we will now start with this interview, and once this interview is over, मैं अपनी analysis दूंगा कि इनकी investment में क्या क्या अच्छा चीज़ था, and what could have potentially gone wrong in this investment, and what he probably did not do right. So let's start with the interview, and then we will start. So hi Shreyans, this is part of our candid interviews where we interview people like on exactly what their real estate investment experience was and कैसा रहता है and क्या चीज़ उनके लिए अच्छी गई क्या नहीं गई. So this time we are in we are interviewing you for your investment in Virar जो आपने 2010 में किया, right? You had invested you had bought a property worth 16 lakh rupees in this in Virar, right? So we will primarily go through. So we primarily go through this set of questions. ये जो 10 क्वेश्चन हम लोग जल्दी जल्दी डिस्कस करेंगे, और फिर इसके बाद हम लोग देखेंगे कि इसमें क्या आपका एक्सपीरियंस रहा एंड कैसे आपने प्रॉपर्टी को बना. मेनली तीन क्वेश्चंस, जो फर्स्ट थ्री क्वेश्चंस है, दिस इज अबाउट योर प्रॉपर्टी सिलेक्शन. तो आपने ये रियल एस्टेट में ही इन्वेस्टमेंट क्यों किया, व्हाई नॉट इन शेयर्स और समथिंग एल्स. सेकेंड इज व्हाई डिड यू चूज विरार, व्हाई नॉट पुणे और भांडुप वेयर यू वर लिविंग इन. आप भांडुप में रहते थे एंड वन ऑप्शन could have been you could have invested in Pune or somewhere else in some other suburban area. And third is why did you choose this particular book. So these are first three questions.
Sure. Thanks, Abhishek, for scheduling this. I think see a couple of things which went into investing in property, and then why this specific property was. I started working in 2006, and in 2000 by 2010, the idea was to invest in an asset class wherein one, I could save tax, and two, eventually utilize that to kind of buy a flat, a rather residential property in Bombay, which can be consumed, not just as an investment.
So basically, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
These two were primarily the things that I looked at before finalizing that it's time to kind of invest in property, and then investing in a small ticket size as well. And then eventually kind of leveraging it and then getting into a much a larger project. So that was the whole idea.
So why Virar? Why not Goregaon, or why not Powai? Powai or Bhandup? You were staying in Bhandup at Bhandup because.
Sure. So one of the major criteria was that the property should be affordable enough so that I could take care of my expenses and some of the other investments which I was doing, because I was in the stock markets at that time, and I was trading pretty actively. So this investment was not that, that would put an extreme load on my monthly expenses. And it would only be something which will take care of an investment in future. So the idea was to find a property which is on a smaller ticket size, would offer capital appreciation in the years to come, and can be quickly liquidated so that the ultimate motive could be achieved. So that is the reason, I looked at this 2 BHK in Virar. Uh, Virar particularly because, or why this property in particular, two reasons. One was it was a small ticket size investment, so that would not put a lot of load on my wallet. I would be able to take care of my expenses, as well as have this investment continued. And then why Virar was, there was a very interesting project coming from a very reputed builder, Rustamji. It was one of its kind, pretty upscale by Virar standards. So I thought, so what the bet was not just on the property, but the bet was also on the builder, that at least the property would be completed and I would get it and I would be able to exit well. So that's why Virar and maybe not Pune and Bhandup and some of the property.
So now we'll go to the financial aspects. So Shreyans, these are the three questions on financial aspect. So how was the EMI compared to your salary? So this is mainly to ask that अगर कल को आपको property मिलने में delay हो जाता है या if you had to keep it for say a longer period, आपने 4-5 years का tenure सोचा था approximately and maybe goes to 6-7 years, then how much holding capacity do you have? And दूसरा था कि when you bought this property, I guess there were some terms in the registration document which were not very favorable. So if you would like to discuss upon that. And third is how did this leveraging work for you? So these are the three. Once we discuss all these three, I'll share the financial snapshot of your investment. If you can just go about these three questions.
Sure. So from an EMI standpoint, as I mentioned earlier, it was pretty manageable. I did not want extreme load on my monthly expenditure. So we've looked at this property specifically from that standpoint. One of the other parts why this was not such big a load was that the EMI, or rather the full EMI, did not start until the possession kicked in. So until such time, I only paid the interest on the amount that was taken from the bank. And that too was on a slab by slab basis. So the load was not much. Coming to the second question, around the terms of the building, pretty much everything was fine except for one thing which kind of created a lot of trouble, and that was, you cannot sell it outside, before taking an NOC from the builder. And that was one of the biggest challenges why this property I was not able to liquidate for a very long time, because in the hindsight, the realization happened that the markets had crashed. The builder was left with massive inventory, and he would not let this property to be sold at a price lower than what he was offering as a rack rate. I think 4 or 5 years down the line. So that was one big challenge, and then eventually, I was finally able to exit. But had that clause not been there, I think the exit would have been much smoother and at a much better time. The third thing which you asked about the financial summary of investment. It was a 16 odd lakh property. I took a loan of around 12 odd lakhs, so I invested somewhere around 4 lakhs. By the time I got the possession, and I had sold it immediately after taking the possession. I don't think, I can't remember the exact figure, but I don't think I paid much as the interest or the service tax on the property. But, from whatever vaguely I remember, I think the total investment that I did in the property was far, far lesser as compared to what I was able to kind of make out.
Yes, I have your numbers, so we'll share that. Just one question. Did you have any idea about the rentals of the property at that time? Kitna rental hoga?
Not at the time of buying. I had some idea about Virar's rentals being extremely low. But when the property became ripe and the time came to kind of exit, at that time I studied whether it would be good to keep it on rental for some time until I'm able to find a good buyer. Um, but then the realization was that the rentals were not good enough to take care of the maintenance cost and the overall maintenance of the flat as such. So the idea was to exit in less than a year, and I would take on the rental, pay the cost, take the burden, also keep paying the maintenance. It was not that good a proposition, so it kind of did not go through it.
So Shreyans, we can see your financial summary. So you bought a property worth 16 lakhs, and I think you sold it around 28 lakhs after 6 years. So overall, your property CAGR was around 10%. But because you had a lot of leverage, जो अभी आप बता रहे थे कि you invested around 4 lakhs and you invested, you took a loan of 12 lakhs, and बीच में कुछ EMI भी नहीं बना, so your equity return was pretty high. So your equity CAGR was 26%. So your return on equity was 26%. So that's a phenomenal return that you got in this property and your investment.
Great. You kind of made my day by making these numbers and this chart. This looks pretty impressive. In the hindsight, it looks like a very good decision. It was anyways a very good decision, but these numbers kind of corroborate the fact very well.
Yeah, so I think leverage worked very well for you for your investment. So Shreyans, now we are coming to the last part of our interview. So this is like discussing your overall experience of this investment. So what did you find good in this investment, and what did you find not so good in this investment? And secondly, what did you do with the profits, the returns? आपने कहाँ invest किया? And the final question is, will you invest again in real estate, or what will you do?
Couple of good things. Not just that there was no EMI or no full EMI till the possession kicked in. The project in itself was an amazing project. It was one of its kind which I had seen at that time, a rather much holistic one from a lot of perspectives, and it was something immensely new for an area like Virar. So those 2-3 things counted very well. The bad thing in particular was the which I realized later on that you can't sell it until you get the OC, and even if you have to sell it, before the OC comes, you have to sell it to the builder, and that would be at a steep discount to what the builder was anyways offering out in the market.
So in a way, sorry to cut you, but so in a way, the builder had ensured that there is no competition from its buyer, which is like.
Yeah. So see, we all learn with time. We all learn with experience, and from the time I bought it to the time I kind of was able to exit from it, I learned a few nuances of investing in real estate. In particular, was that while this project was amazing and it was pretty grand, the sheer volume or the sheer size of the project became an impediment to get an exit because it was massive. The inventory was very high in the market, and a lot of people just like me had invested as an investment with an investment view in these properties of this particular project, and so the exit became extremely difficult. One bad thing which also happened, which is worth mentioning, is that for a couple of years the project got stalled because of some dispute between the local authorities or maybe the local municipal corporation and the land. This also got me into a time when the markets had really gone bad. The real estate market had really gone bad. Otherwise, at one time the property was priced somewhere around 34-35 odd lakh. I did not exit because I was hoping that it would be further. It would increase further.
And what did you do with the profits, Chance?
Yeah, so coming to what I did with the profit, the original idea was that I'd split off, take a larger one, largely for personal consumption. But then by the time I was able to exit, I was already into entrepreneurship, and I did not want to get a high sized loan on me while I run my own startup. So with the profits, what I did was utilized a bit of it in the startup itself, and also because back in hometown the rates were appreciating far higher than what was going on in Bombay. So I'd invested in land, back home in Kota, Rajasthan, which eventually turned out to be again a dud investment because at the moment I had invested in, the rates kind of peaked a year or a year and a half after that, and then after that there was a steep fall, and now they are still lower than my investment value. So to answer your question, part of the profits were utilized well in my startup, and the part of the profits gone and were kind of invested back home in the land, which still is stuck over there. And this kind of answers a little bit about your next question, which is will you invest again in real estate? So even though my this property which is in Kota is still stuck, I'd still invest in real estate. But this time, my investment strategy, my investment thesis will be far different than what it has been so far.
So thanks, Shreyans, for the interview. So we'll just make it live in some time. Thanks you.
Sure, Abhishek. Happy to share my views over here. I hope it would help your platform, and would be helpful for some of the viewers of this particular.
Yeah, video. Definitely. It's a ticket size which a lot of people invest in. So I think it will be very nice for them to understand it from your experience. Thanks for being so candid and sharing your experience. Thanks. So thank you guys for watching this interview. I hope आपको ये interview अच्छा लगा होगा and आपको अपने decision making में property से related इस interview से शायद कुछ फायदा हो. So now it's my time to analyze this investment overall, and we'll see कि उन्होंने क्या-क्या अच्छा किया and क्या अच्छा था इस investment में, and इस investment में क्या चीजें और अच्छी हो सकती थी. So first thing is the interview had my friend had bought this property जिसका EMI जो है वो उनके होल्डिंग पावर के हिसाब से, उनके मंथली इनकम के हिसाब से काफ़ी कम था. तो उनके पास बहुत होल्डिंग पावर था ना. रियल एस्टेट में ये चीज़ बहुत मैटर करती है, बिकॉज आपको कोई प्रॉपर्टी सेल करने में कभी-कभी रियल एस्टेट में ये चीज़ काफ़ी मैटर करती है, क्योंकि आपको कोई प्रॉपर्टी बेचने में 4 महीने 6 महीने साल भर भी लग सकता है. तो अगर आपके पास होल्डिंग पावर नहीं है, तो आपके पास अगर अच्छी प्रॉपर्टी भी है तो भी आपको हो सकता है कि कॉम्प्रोमाइज करके कम दाम में बेचना पड़े. तो होल्डिंग पावर इज अ ग्रेट एसेट इफ यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन रियल एस्टेट. सेकेंड इज आई से ही वाज वेरी लकी विद हिज टाइमिंग. उन्होंने 2010 में इन्वेस्ट किया जब बॉम्बे में बूमिंग मार्केट था, एंड ही गॉट हिज रिटर्न्स वेल. तो उनका ओवरऑल प्रॉपर्टी में भी अप्रिसिएशन काफ़ी अच्छा रहा. बट वन थिंग विच नीड्स टू बी पॉइंटेड आउट कि बिकॉज उनकी टाइमिंग अच्छी थी एंड उनकी प्रॉपर्टी का रिटर्न काफ़ी अच्छा था, तो जो लेवरेज उन्होंने किया था वो उनके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा बेनिफिशियल रहा. इफ यू हैव सीन द इंटरव्यू, तो उनकी प्रॉपर्टी का जो एप्रिसिएशन था वो 10% पर एनम था, जो प्रोबेबली आपको शायद कहीं और से भी मिल सकता है. बट उनका जो इन्वेस्टमेंट पार्ट था, जो उनका इक्विटी था, उसका जो रिटर्न था वो 26% था, विच इज समथिंग phenomenal, because 6 years में 26% return, 6 years तक 26% return मिलना is very good, and there are very few investments जहाँ पर आपको इतना अच्छा return मिलता है. So having said about the good part, now let me talk about what things could have been done better in this investment. So I'll say firstly it was in a place called Virar, जहाँ पर कि जब उन्होंने invest किया था तो बहुत सारे projects आ रहे थे, तो supply was huge, जिसका प्रॉब्लम उनको इन्वेस्ट बेचते वक्त भी हुआ, बिकॉज बहुत सारा इन्वेंट्री था मार्केट में बेचने के लिए, एंड पीपल हैड अ लॉट ऑफ ऑप्शंस. सो दैट वाज वन थिंग व्हिच वाज देयर. सेकंड वाज द लीगल. मेरे फ्रेंड ने लीगल प्रॉपर्टी के डॉक्यूमेंट्स को ठीक से नहीं पढ़ा. ही डिड नॉट कंसल्ट एनी लॉयर, एंड उसका भी उनको प्रॉब्लम हुआ कि उन्होंने वो 2 साल पहले बेचना चाहते थे बट वो नहीं बेच पाए. सो आई विल से दैट एज अ investment, whenever you do a property investment, always try to have a property lawyer from your side. Bank की तरफ से होता है, the agreements and drafts are generally good. Now there is RERA, but still it's advisable कि आप अपने लिए एक proper प्रॉपर्टी लॉयर हायर करे एंड उसको उनका चार्ज जनरली 5 से 8,000 होता है, सो इट्स नॉट अ बिग कॉस्ट कंपेयर्ड टू द प्रॉपर्टी दैट यू आर परचेजिंग, बट वो आपको कुछ पॉइंट बता सकता है विच कैन बी वेरी हेल्पफुल फॉर यू इन द लॉन्ग टर्म. So I'll strongly recommend everyone to have a property lawyer for yourself when you are buying a property. एक चीज जो मेरे दोस्त ने कंसिडर नहीं किया था एंड विच कुड हैव बैकफायर्ड अ लॉट वाज द रेंटल इनकम. मेरे फ्रेंड ने कभी उसको रेंटल के लिए सोचा ही नहीं था. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द रेंटल इनकम ओवर देयर वाज वेरी लो, तो मेरे फ्रेंड ने सोचा कि इट्स नॉट वर्थ कि मैं रेंट पे चढ़ाऊं, इतनी मेहनत करूं एंड द रिटर्न्स वर लो, which is also a sign that property market may be overheating and all. And second is कि the जो वहाँ पर rental के लिए जो लोग आ रहे थे, that clientele was not something which I think my friend could have handled. So my friend, even अगर rental income अच्छा हो तो आप ऐसे ही tenants वाले जगह कुछ जिनको आप handle कर सकते हैं. So I'll say that when you are looking for rentals from a property, don't only look at the rental income but also look at the rental profile of the tenants. एंड उन्हीं टेनेंट्स के लिए उन्हीं टेनेंट्स वाले मार्केट में आप इन्वेस्ट कीजिए जहाँ पर कि आप उनके साथ कन्वीनियंट है एंड इनको आप हैंडल कर सकते हैं. सो दिस वाज माय टेक फ्रॉम दिस इन्वेस्टमेंट. इफ यू थिंक देयर इज समथिंग एल्स व्हिच आई नीड टू डू इट, मैं श्योरली उसको इनकॉर्पोरेट करूँगा. एंड हम हर वीक 1 से 2 इंटरव्यू करने की कोशिश करेंगे. So please keep watching this channel for more interviews and more insights about property investment. Thank you.